The mysterious warship on. A bright morning, Earth's space agency made an announcement that shook the galaxy. They had completed a new warship, unlike anything seen before. The warship's design was strange and unusual. It had a shape no one could quite understand, with angles and curves that seemed to defy the usual norms of spaceship design. The warship, named the Eclipse, was cloaked in secrecy. For years, scientists and engineers had worked on it behind closed doors, and now it was finally ready for its maiden voyage. The ship's exterior was a dark metallic color, almost like a shadow in space. Its surface was covered with strange patterns that seemed to shift when looked at from different angles. This made the ship look both mysterious and intimidating. News of the eclipse spread quickly through the galaxy. Alien races and interstellar leaders were curious and skeptical. Many had never seen a ship like this before, and it stirred up a lot of questions. Some wondered if it was a new weapon of mass destruction, while others were simply intrigued by its unusual design. The Eclipse was scheduled to launch from Earth's space station, a grand and futuristic platform orbiting the planet. As the launch day approached, a mix of excitement and tension filled the air. The crew, selected from the best pilots and engineers, were eager to prove themselves. They had trained for months, preparing for every possible scenario, but nothing could fully prepare them for the real thing. The day of the launch arrived. The space station buzzed with activity as final checks were made and last-minute adjustments were completed. The crew boarded the Eclipse, and the ship was prepared for departure. The station's large viewing windows were filled with representatives from various alien races, all eager to catch a glimpse of the mysterious new warship. As the countdown began, a hush fell over the crowd. The ship's engines roared to life, and the Eclipse slowly lifted off from its docking bay. Its movements were smooth and precise, moving with an almost eerie grace. The spectators watched in awe as the ship floated away from the space station and into the vastness of space. Once the Eclipse was clear of the station, the crew began to activate its various systems. The ship's interior was just as unusual as its exterior. The control panels were covered in symbols and buttons that no one had seen before. The ship's main control room was filled with soft blue lights and smooth, curved surfaces. The crew marveled at the advanced technology, which seemed to combine the latest advancements with some unknown innovations. The ship's first mission was to explore a distant part of space that had never been charted before. This area was known for its mysterious energy signals and strange anomalies. Many had attempted to explore it, but none had returned with useful information. The Eclipse was equipped with the latest scanning and navigation technology, making it the perfect candidate for this challenging mission. As the Eclipse traveled deeper into space, the crew worked diligently to understand the ship's systems. They found that many of the controls were intuitive and easy to use, while others required careful study. The ship's AI, which was integrated into the ship's systems, provided assistance and answered questions. However, the AI's responses were sometimes cryptic and vague, adding to the sense of mystery surrounding the ship. The crew also noticed that the Eclipse seemed to have an almost living quality. The ship's walls and floors occasionally shifted and changed, adapting to the crew's needs. It was as if the ship was aware of its surroundings and actively responding to them. This feature was both fascinating and unsettling, making the crew wonder what other surprises the ship might hold. Despite the ship's strange features, the crew remained focused on their mission. They navigated through the uncharted space, using the ship's advanced sensors to analyze the energy signals and anomalies. As they ventured further, they encountered phenomena that defied their understanding. Strange cosmic objects and unusual energy patterns appeared on their screens, sparking both excitement and concern. The alien representatives who had watched the launch were also closely following the mission. Some viewed the Eclipse with admiration, seeing it as a symbol of humanity's technological prowess. Others were wary, fearing that the ship's unknown capabilities could pose a threat. The ship's progress was a topic of great discussion and speculation among the galactic community. As the Eclipse continued its journey, the crew faced various challenges. They encountered unexpected cosmic storms and navigated through areas with intense gravitational fields. The ship's unique design and advanced technology helped them overcome these obstacles, proving its worth in practical situations. The crew's skills and teamwork were tested, but they managed to keep the mission on track. Throughout the mission, the crew members shared stories and theories about the ship. Some believed that it was a product of ancient alien technology, while others thought it was a prototype for future advancements. The ship's true purpose remained a mystery, adding to the excitement and tension of the mission. In the end, the first part of the Eclipse's journey was a success. The crew had gathered valuable data and explored new areas of space. The ship's strange and innovative design had proven to be both effective and reliable. As they prepared for the next phase of their mission, they could not help but wonder what other secrets the Eclipse might reveal. The mysterious warship had already made a significant impact, and its journey had only just begun. The galaxy awaited the next chapter in the story of the Eclipse, eager to see what the future held for this enigmatic vessel. First mission, the Eclipse drifted through space, its dark, sleek form cutting through the stars. The crew, now familiar with the warship's odd but fascinating design, was eager to begin their first mission. The mission was to explore a region of space known for its mysterious energy signals and strange anomalies. No one had ventured into this area before, and the crew was both excited and apprehensive. Captain Lisa Chen, a seasoned space pilot, stood at the command console, her eyes scanning the star charts. "Prepare for hyperspace jump," she announced, her voice steady and confident. Her crew, a mix of top scientists and engineers, moved swiftly to execute the orders. They had trained for months, and now was the moment to put their skills to the test. As the ship prepared for the jump, Dr. Raj Patel, the ship's chief scientist, reviewed the data on his screen. "The energy readings from this region are unlike anything we've seen," he said, looking up from his console. "We need to be ready for anything." The Eclipse entered hyperspace, the familiar stars stretching and blurring into streaks of light. After a brief but intense jump, the ship emerged into the unexplored region. The view outside was both breathtaking and unsettling. The space was filled with strange cosmic formations and swirling energy patterns that flickered like living light. The crew marveled at the sight. The ship's unique design allowed them to observe these phenomena up close. They had advanced sensors and scanners, but nothing prepared them for the full spectacle of the region. Captain Chen issued instructions for the crew to start scanning and collecting data. Lieutenant Maria Sanchez, the ship's navigation officer, worked at her station, carefully guiding the ship through the swirling energy fields. "Captain, we're picking up some unusual readings ahead. It looks like a dense field of energy anomalies," she reported. Captain Chen nodded. "Proceed with caution. Let's see what's causing these anomalies." The Eclipse navigated through the dense field, and the crew's work became more intense. They encountered strange cosmic objects that seemed to defy known physics. Some objects glowed with an eerie light, while others seemed to shift and change shape. The sensors recorded these phenomena, but their data was often confusing and incomplete. As they continued their exploration, the crew faced unexpected challenges. The energy fields around them caused interference with the ship's systems. The lights flickered, and the ship's controls became unresponsive at times. It was as if the very fabric of space was fighting against their presence. "Captain, we're experiencing fluctuations in the ship's power systems," reported Chief Engineer Alex Wong. "The energy fields are disrupting our systems. We need to stabilize the power flow." Captain Chen, focused and determined, replied, "Do whatever is necessary to fix it. We can't let this mission fail now." The crew worked together to stabilize the ship's systems. Despite the difficulties, their teamwork and the ship's advanced technology allowed them to overcome the problems. The Eclipse continued its journey, pushing deeper into the uncharted region. At one point, the ship encountered a massive energy wave. It surged toward them with incredible speed, and the crew had only seconds to react. The ship's advanced shielding system activated, enveloping the Eclipse in a protective bubble. The energy wave crashed against the shield, causing a bright flash and a violent shudder through the ship. "Hold on!" Captain Chen shouted as the ship rocked from the impact. The crew braced themselves as the ship's shielding system absorbed the wave's energy. After the wave passed, the ship's systems were damaged but intact. The crew worked quickly to assess the damage and make repairs. The energy wave had caused minor malfunctions, but nothing that would prevent them from continuing their mission. As the Eclipse moved forward, the crew discovered an intriguing structure within the energy field. It was an enormous, spherical object floating in space, emitting a constant stream of energy. The object was covered in symbols and markings that were completely unfamiliar. Dr. Patel examined the object closely. "This is extraordinary," he said. "It looks like some kind of ancient alien artifact. The energy readings are off the charts." The crew was both fascinated and cautious. The artifact's energy seemed to resonate with the ship's own systems, causing strange interactions and fluctuations. They decided to study the artifact from a safe distance, using the ship's sensors to gather as much information as possible. As they continued their observations, the crew encountered another strange phenomenon. A series of small, glowing particles floated through space, forming intricate patterns that seemed to be a form of communication. The particles moved in precise, deliberate ways, creating shifting shapes and symbols. "Captain, these particles seem to be transmitting some kind of message," reported Lieutenant Sanchez. "We're trying to decode it, but it's complex." Captain Chen nodded. "Keep working on it. This could be important." The crew worked tirelessly to decode the message, and after hours of analysis, they began to make sense of it. The message appeared to be a warning about the dangers of the energy field and the ancient artifact. It was clear that whoever had left the message wanted to protect others from the potential dangers of this mysterious region. As the mission progressed, the crew continued to explore and gather data. They encountered more strange phenomena and collected valuable information about the energy fields and the ancient artifact. Despite the challenges, they had made significant discoveries. The Eclipse completed its first mission successfully, having navigated through uncharted space and encountered extraordinary phenomena. The crew returned to Earth with new data and insights, ready to share their findings with the rest of the galaxy. The mission had been both challenging and rewarding. The crew had proven their skills and the Eclipse's capabilities, setting the stage for future exploration and discovery. The mysterious warship had begun its journey into the unknown, and the galaxy watched eagerly to see what it would uncover next. Alien attack. The Eclipse glided silently through the vast expanse of space, having completed its initial exploration mission. The crew was excited and proud of their accomplishments. They had gathered a wealth of data and made several intriguing discoveries. Captain Lisa Chen and her team looked forward to returning to Earth to share their findings. However, as the ship traveled back toward familiar space, an ominous warning appeared on the ship's sensors. "Captain, we've detected several unknown ships approaching rapidly," Lieutenant Maria Sanchez reported, her voice tense. Captain Chen's eyes narrowed as she studied the display. "Identify them immediately," she ordered. The sensors quickly pinpointed the incoming vessels. They were sleek and menacing, with dark hulls and sharp angular designs. The ships did not match any known alien designs in the database. Dr. Raj Patel, the ship's chief scientist, examined the readings. "They're armed and moving fast. We need to prepare for an attack." The crew sprang into action. Chief Engineer Alex Wong and his team worked to fortify the ship's defenses. The Eclipse had advanced shielding and weaponry, but the crew had never faced a real battle before. They needed to ensure everything was ready for the imminent threat. Captain Chen took her position at the command console. "All hands, battle stations," she announced. "Prepare for evasive maneuvers and arm all weapons." The approaching alien ships were closing in fast. Their weapons began to power up, and the first salvo of energy blasts hurtled toward the Eclipse. The ship's defensive systems activated, creating a shimmering shield that absorbed the impact of the blasts. The ship rocked slightly, but the shield held firm. "Captain, the alien ships are closing in," Lieutenant Sanchez called out. "They're targeting our engines." Captain Chen's mind raced as she gave orders. "Evasive maneuvers now. Alex, how's the shield integrity?" "We're holding steady, but we're taking a lot of hits," Alex replied, his voice strained. "We need to counterattack or they'll wear us down." The Eclipse twisted and turned, dodging the incoming fire. The alien ships were agile and precise, making it difficult for the crew to get a clear shot. The crew manned their stations, launching counterattacks and targeting the alien vessels. The ship's weapons fired beams of energy and guided missiles, hitting the alien ships but only causing minor damage. The battle intensified. The alien ships seemed to anticipate the Eclipse's every move. Their coordinated attacks overwhelmed the ship's defenses, and the crew struggled to keep up. The ship's systems began to show signs of strain, and the crew worked furiously to maintain control. Dr. Patel tried to analyze the alien ship's tactics. "Captain, their ships are using some kind of advanced targeting system. They're adjusting their fire based on our movements." Captain Chen frowned. "We need to outsmart them. Maria, can you create a false trajectory to confuse their targeting systems?" Lieutenant Sanchez quickly set to work, inputting new coordinates and maneuvering the ship in unpredictable patterns. The Eclipse darted and weaved through space, creating deceptive patterns to mislead the enemy. The alien ships, momentarily confused, fired their weapons at empty space. "Now's our chance!" Captain Chen shouted. "Return fire with full power." The crew concentrated their firepower on the alien ships. The Eclipse's weapons blazed with intensity, targeting the weakest points on the enemy vessels. Explosions lit up the space as the alien ships sustained critical damage. Despite the successful counterattacks, the battle was far from over. The remaining alien ships regrouped and launched a new offensive. They released a barrage of energy beams and missiles, pushing the Eclipse to its limits. The ship's shields flickered under the assault, and the crew fought to keep the ship intact. Chief Engineer Wong called out, "Captain, we're losing power to the shields. We need to reroute energy from the engines to keep them up." Captain Chen nodded. "Do it. We can't afford to lose our shields." With energy rerouted, the ship's engines dimmed and the Eclipse slowed slightly. However, the shields stabilized, holding back the relentless barrage of enemy fire. The crew continued to fire back, focusing on the remaining enemy ships. As the battle raged on, Captain Chen noticed something unusual. One of the alien ships was acting differently, maneuvering erratically and avoiding the fight. It seemed to be sending out distress signals. "Dr. Patel, what's happening with that ship?" Captain Chen asked. Dr. Patel analyzed the signals. "It looks like that ship is trying to flee. It's sending out a distress signal and requesting reinforcements." Captain Chen made a quick decision. "Focus on that ship. If we can take it out, the others might retreat." The crew concentrated their firepower on the fleeing alien vessel. The ship was damaged severely, and after a final, desperate attempt to escape, it exploded in a brilliant flash. The remaining alien ships, seeing their ally destroyed, retreated swiftly. The Eclipse's crew let out a collective sigh of relief. The immediate threat had passed, but the damage to the ship was significant. The crew began assessing the damage and making repairs. The battle had tested their skills and the ship's capabilities, but they had emerged victorious. Captain Chen gathered the crew. "Excellent work, everyone. We've survived our first major battle, and we've learned a lot. Let's get the Eclipse back in shape and prepare for our next mission." The crew worked diligently to repair the ship and recover from the battle. They knew that the galaxy was full of unknown dangers, but they were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. The Eclipse had proven its worth, and the crew's bravery had secured their place as defenders of humanity in the vast and unpredictable universe. The hidden truth. After the intense battle with the alien ships, the Eclipse drifted through space, battered but not broken. The crew worked tirelessly to repair the damage, their determination undiminished by the recent conflict. Captain Lisa Chen and her team were eager to get back on track with their mission, but the unexpected attack had left them with more questions than answers. Dr. Raj Patel, the ship's chief scientist, continued to analyze the data collected during the battle. He was particularly interested in the alien technology and the unusual behavior of one of the fleeing ships. The alien vessel had been transmitting a distress signal and requesting reinforcements before it was destroyed. "This distress signal is unlike anything we've seen before," Dr. Patel said, examining the decoded message on his screen. "It seems to be part of a larger communication network. There might be more to this than just a random attack." Captain Chen joined him in the control room. "What are you suggesting, Raj?" "I think we might be dealing with something more complex," Dr. Patel replied. The alien ships were clearly organized and prepared for battle. The distress signal indicates that they were not just acting on their own. There could be a larger force behind them. Captain Chen nodded thoughtfully. We need to find out who or what is behind this. The sooner we understand their motives, the better prepared we'll be. The crew resumed their journey, heading toward the coordinates where they had detected the mysterious energy readings earlier. The Eclipse was still in good condition despite the recent battle, and the crew's spirits were high as they prepared for their next phase of exploration. As the ship approached the coordinates, the crew noticed something strange. The energy readings had intensified, creating a dense field of interference that blocked their sensors. We're entering a region of intense energy interference, Lieutenant Maria Sanchez reported. It's going to be difficult to navigate through this area. Captain Chen gave the order to proceed cautiously. The Eclipse moved forward, carefully navigating through the dense field. The ship's systems struggled to maintain stability as they passed through the turbulent space. The crew worked hard to keep the ship on course, using manual controls and visual observations to guide them. Suddenly, the ship's sensors picked up a faint signal coming from within the interference field. "We've got something," Dr. Patel said, his eyes widening. "It's a weak signal, but it's definitely there. It looks like it's coming from a nearby asteroid field." The crew directed the Eclipse toward the source of the signal. As they approached the asteroid field, the interference lessened slightly, allowing them to get a clearer picture of their surroundings. The asteroids were large and irregularly shaped, creating a treacherous environment for navigation. Lieutenant Sanchez maneuvered the ship carefully through the field, while the crew used the ship's sensors to scan the asteroids for any signs of the signal's origin. After a tense few minutes, they discovered a hidden structure buried within one of the larger asteroids. "It looks like an ancient installation," Dr. Patel said, examining the readings. "The structure is built into the asteroid and is heavily shielded. It could be the source of the energy interference." Captain Chen decided to investigate further. "Prepare an away team. We need to find out what's inside that structure." A small team of crew members, including Dr. Patel and Chief Engineer Alex Wong, prepared to board a shuttle and approach the hidden installation. They suited up in their protective gear and made their way to the shuttle bay. The shuttle, equipped with advanced scanning and excavation tools, was ready for the mission. The shuttle descended toward the asteroid and docked with the hidden structure. The team disembarked and entered through a concealed hatch. Inside, they found a series of narrow corridors and dimly lit rooms. The structure was old and worn, but it had been carefully maintained. As they explored, they discovered a control room filled with ancient alien technology. The walls were covered with strange symbols and screens that displayed a wealth of data. Dr. Patel began examining the equipment, trying to make sense of the information. "This place is incredible," Dr. Patel said, his voice filled with awe. "It looks like a command center. The technology here is advanced, but it's different from anything we've seen." The team found a central console that seemed to control the entire installation. As they activated the console, a series of holographic displays flickered to life, revealing a vast network of star systems and routes. "This looks like a map of the galaxy," Captain Chen said, studying the holographic displays. "And it's showing us a network of communications and travel routes." Dr. Patel examined the data closely. "This network seems to be connected to the alien ships we encountered. It's possible that this installation was used to coordinate their attacks and manage their forces." The team continued to explore the installation, uncovering more evidence of its purpose. They found detailed records of various alien species, including their alliances and conflicts. It became clear that the installation had been a key component in a larger strategy to exert control over the galaxy. "We've stumbled upon something significant," Captain Chen said, her voice serious. "This installation was used to monitor and influence alien forces. It's no wonder the attack was so well coordinated." With their findings, the team returned to the Eclipse and relayed the information to the rest of the crew. The discovery of the hidden installation and its purpose provided valuable insight into the recent attack. It was evident that there was a larger force at play, and the crew needed to be prepared for future encounters. As the Eclipse resumed its journey, the crew was more determined than ever to uncover the truth behind the alien threat. The hidden installation had revealed a glimpse of a broader conflict, and the crew knew that their mission was far from over. The galaxy was a vast and mysterious place, and the Eclipse was at the forefront of exploring its secrets. With new knowledge and a renewed sense of purpose, the crew continued their journey, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. Galaxy reacts. As the eclipse emerged from the dense asteroid field, the crew was busy analyzing the data from the hidden alien installation. The discovery of the command center had given them a deeper understanding of the recent attack, but the implications of their findings were just beginning to unfold. The news of their discovery quickly spread through the galaxy, sparking a range of reactions from different factions and species. Back on Earth, the news was met with a mix of excitement and concern. The High Council of Earth convened an emergency meeting to discuss the implications of the eclipse's findings. The room was filled with key leaders and experts, all eager to understand what the discovery meant for humanity's place in the galaxy. Captain Lisa Chen and Dr. Raj Patel were summoned to provide a detailed briefing. They presented the data from the hidden installation, explaining how it had been used to coordinate alien forces and manage galactic communications. The revelation that such a sophisticated network existed was a shock to the council members. This installation was a major hub for interstellar coordination, Captain Chen explained. It's clear that the alien forces were more organized and far-reaching than we initially thought. We need to prepare for more coordinated attacks in the future. The High Council listened intently, their expressions a mix of worry and determination. What steps should we take to address this threat? One of the council members asked. Dr. Patel stepped forward. We need to enhance our defenses and improve our intelligence capabilities. We must also establish stronger alliances with other species to ensure that we are not isolated in facing these challenges. The Council agreed and began making plans to strengthen Earth's defenses and build diplomatic relationships with other alien species. The discovery had shaken humanity, but it also galvanized them to take action and prepare for future threats. Across the galaxy, reactions varied widely. The Galactic Council, a governing body representing numerous species, convened an emergency meeting to discuss the new developments. The news of the eclipse's discovery was met with a mixture of skepticism and alarm. I find it hard to believe that such an advanced facility was hidden in our midst, said High Representative Tharok, a member of the Galactic Council. What does this mean for our security and our relations with the humans? I believe this discovery is a wake-up call for all of us, replied Admiral Zara of the Andromeda Coalition. If the humans have uncovered such a significant threat, we must collaborate to address it. It's clear that there are forces at play that could threaten the stability of the entire galaxy. The Council debated the best course of action. Some members were wary of the humans, questioning their motives and capabilities. Others saw the value in forging stronger alliances and working together to counter the hidden threat. In the meantime, various alien factions and independent systems reacted differently. Some, like the Qatari Empire, saw the discovery as an opportunity to assert their dominance and gain leverage over other factions. They began making their own preparations and building up their military forces. On the other hand, more cautious species, such as the Trillian Syndicate, sought to establish peaceful negotiations and diplomatic relations with the humans. They sent envoys to Earth, offering assistance and expressing a desire for cooperation. Back on the Eclipse, Captain Chen and her crew continued their mission, focusing on analyzing the data and preparing for potential future encounters. They received messages from various alien species, some offering support and others demanding more information about the recent discovery. The crew was busy processing the flood of information and requests. Lieutenant Maria Sanchez worked to filter through the communications, prioritizing the most critical messages. Captain, we've received a transmission from the Sierra Federation, Sanchez reported. They're requesting a joint task force to investigate other potential hidden installations. They're willing to offer their technology and resources to aid in our efforts. Captain Chen considered the offer. The Sierra Federation was known for its advanced technology and expertise in space exploration. Their assistance could be valuable in uncovering additional threats and understanding the full extent of the alien network. We should consider accepting their offer, Captain Chen said. The more allies we have, the better our chances of addressing this threat effectively. As the Eclipse continued its journey, the crew prepared for the arrival of the Sci-Fi Federation's representatives. They anticipated that the collaboration would lead to new discoveries and provide additional insights into the hidden alien network. The galaxy was abuzz with activity as species and factions re-evaluated their positions and strategies. The discovery of the hidden installation had far-reaching consequences, and the reactions from various groups reflected the uncertainty and urgency of the situation. For the crew of the Eclipse, the mission was clear. They needed to continue their exploration, gather more information, and work with their new allies to protect humanity in the galaxy. The journey ahead promised to be challenging, but the crew was determined to face whatever came their way. The galaxy's reaction to the discovery was a testament to the interconnectedness and complexity of the interstellar community. As the Eclipse sailed through the stars, it carried with it the hopes and fears of many, all united by the common goal of ensuring a safer and more secure future for all. The big fight. The Eclipse was now equipped with advanced technology and new allies. Thanks to the collaboration with the HFY Federation, the ship and its crew were ready for the next stage of their mission. They had been investigating a series of strange energy readings and suspicious activities reported from various parts of the galaxy. Captain Lisa Chen stood on the bridge, looking at the star map displayed on the main screen. "We've detected a concentration of energy signatures in the Rethan system," she said. "It matches the patterns we saw at the hidden installation. We need to check it out." The crew prepared for the mission, knowing that the Rethan system was in a strategic location and could hold crucial information. The Eclipse set course for the system, navigating through space with precision. The journey was smooth, but tension was high as they approached their destination. As the ship entered the Rethan system, the crew noticed that the energy readings were much stronger than anticipated. The system was home to several planets and space stations, but most of them appeared to be abandoned or heavily fortified. "Captain, we're picking up multiple ships in the system," Lieutenant Maria Sanchez reported. "They're clustered around a large space station. The station is emitting high-energy signals and seems to be the source of the readings." Captain Chen's eyes narrowed. "Prepare for a close approach. We need to investigate that space station and determine its purpose." The Eclipse approached the space station cautiously. It was a massive structure with dark, angular designs and heavy defenses. The station seemed to be in a state of readiness, as if anticipating an incoming threat. As they got closer, the space station's defenses activated, and several enemy ships emerged from hidden hangars. The ships were sleek and heavily armed, clearly prepared for combat. "Captain, we're being targeted," Sanchez warned. "Enemy ships are closing in and their weapons are powering up. Evasive maneuvers," Captain Chen ordered. "All hands battle stations. We're going to need everything we've got to get through this." The Eclipse maneuvered skillfully through the incoming fire. The enemy ships launched a barrage of energy blasts and missiles, creating a deadly dance of explosions and fire. The crew worked quickly to defend the ship, using the advanced technology provided by the Sci-Fi Federation to counter the enemy attacks. Chief Engineer Alex Wong directed the ship's energy systems to maximize shield strength and weapon power. "We're holding our own, but the station's defenses are intense," he reported. "We need to find a way to breach their shield grid." Dr. Raj Patel focused on scanning the space station for weak points. "Captain, I've detected a vulnerability in the station's shield generator. If we can target it, we might be able to disable their defenses." "Lieutenant Sanchez, prepare a focused attack on the shield generator," Captain Chen instructed. "Alex, enhance our weapons' targeting accuracy. We need to hit that weak spot." The Eclipse fired a concentrated beam of energy at the shield generator, hitting the targeted area with precision. The space station's shields flickered and began to collapse under the assault. The enemy ships, sensing the shift in the battle, increased their attacks, trying to protect the station. "We're almost through the shields," Sanchez reported. "Keep up the pressure, and we'll breach their defenses." With the shield generator weakened, the Eclipse pressed its attack. The space station's defenses struggled to keep up, and the enemy ships were forced into a defensive position. The Eclipse's weapon systems continued to pound the station, causing significant damage. Inside the space station, the crew of the Eclipse prepared to board and investigate. They had detected energy signatures consistent with the control center they had previously discovered. Captain Chen and a small team, including Dr. Patel and Chief Wong, boarded a shuttle and approached the space station. The shuttle docked with the station, and the team entered through a hatch. They navigated through the dark and deserted corridors, their steps echoing through the silent structure. The station was eerily quiet, with only the hum of machinery breaking the silence. They reached the control center, where they found a group of alien engineers working frantically to repair the damage. The engineers looked up in surprise as the team entered. "Stop right there," Captain Chen commanded. "Explain what's going on here." One of the alien engineers, clearly nervous, stepped forward. "We were ordered to prepare this station for an invasion. The energy readings were meant to draw attention and prepare for a larger offensive." Dr. Patel looked at the equipment and data on the control panels. It seems that this station was a key part of a plan to launch a major attack across multiple systems. They were preparing to use this station as a command center for a large-scale offensive. The alien engineer nodded. Yes, the goal was to destabilize the region and create chaos. The distress signals and energy patterns were part of a strategy to distract and overwhelm other factions. Captain Chen turned to her team. "We need to shut down this operation and secure the station. This plan cannot continue." The team worked quickly to disable the station's systems and secure the control center. They managed to cut off the communication channels and prevent any further transmissions. With the space station's operations halted, the enemy ships began to retreat. Back on the Eclipse, the crew continued to fend off the remaining enemy ships. With the control center compromised, the enemy forces lost their coordination and began to scatter. The Eclipse's superior firepower and defensive systems allowed them to overcome the remaining threats. As the battle drew to a close, Captain Chen and her team returned to the ship. The space station, now neutralized, floated silently in space. The Eclipse had secured a significant victory, disrupting a major threat and gaining valuable intelligence. Captain Chen gathered the crew. "Well done, everyone. We've managed to prevent a large-scale attack and uncover important information about our enemies. This victory is a testament to our teamwork and resilience." The crew celebrated their success, knowing that they had made a significant impact on the galaxy's security. The Eclipse continued its mission, now with a clearer understanding of the challenges they faced and a renewed determination to protect humanity and its allies. The galaxy had seen the strength and resolve of the Eclipse and its crew. Their actions had changed the course of events and strengthened their position as defenders of peace and stability in the vast expanse of space. New era. With the Eclipse's decisive victory over the alien space station, the galaxy was abuzz with news. The battle had not only halted an imminent threat, but also showcased humanity's strength and resolve. As the crew of the Eclipse prepared for their next mission, they were also faced with the challenge of shaping the future of interstellar relations. Captain Lisa Chen stood on the bridge, looking at the star map. The recent victory had given humanity new leverage in negotiations and diplomatic efforts. The Eclipse was now tasked with fostering alliances and securing peace in the wake of the conflict. Captain Chen nodded. "It's important that we approach these meetings with a clear agenda. We need to emphasize cooperation and mutual security while maintaining our position as a strong ally." The crew of the Eclipse began preparations for the upcoming diplomatic engagements. Dr. Raj Patel and Chief Engineer Alex Wong worked on briefing materials and ensuring that the ship's systems were ready for any diplomatic mission. The first meeting was with the Sierra Federation, known for its advanced technology and influential position in the galaxy. The Federation's representatives arrived aboard their sleek, technologically advanced vessel, and a formal greeting was held on the Eclipse. "The recent battle showed the galaxy that humanity is a formidable force," said High Ambassador Kira of the Sierra Federation. "We are impressed with your capabilities and your commitment to security. How can we work together to ensure peace and stability?" Dr. Patel took the lead in the discussions. "Our goal is to build a coalition that can address emerging threats and promote mutual interests. We propose joint research on defense technologies and intelligence sharing to enhance our collective security." High Ambassador Kira listened attentively. "A cooperative effort in these areas could indeed strengthen our positions. The Sierra Federation is willing to participate and support these initiatives." With the Syra Federation on board, the Eclipse team prepared for the next series of meetings. The Trillin Syndicate, known for its diplomatic acumen and neutral stance, was next. The Syndicate's representatives arrived with a focus on negotiations and mediation. The Trillin Syndicate values diplomacy and seeks to foster cooperation among all species, said Envoy Lyra of the Syndicate. We believe that forming alliances with other factions is crucial for long-term stability. How do you envision our role in this new era? Captain Chen addressed the Syndicate's concerns. We see the Trillin Syndicate as a vital mediator in our efforts to create a unified front. Your expertise in diplomacy and negotiation could help resolve conflicts and build stronger relationships among different factions. Envoy Lyra nodded. We are prepared to offer our support and mediation services. A collaborative approach will be essential in navigating the complexities of interstellar politics. As the Eclipse continued its diplomatic efforts, the crew also engaged with independent systems and smaller factions. The messages of cooperation and security resonated well, and many were eager to join the coalition. Back on Earth, the High Council monitored the progress of the diplomatic missions. The recent victory had enhanced humanity's standing in the galaxy, and the Council was keen on leveraging this newfound respect to secure lasting peace. Captain Chen, your efforts in establishing these alliances are commendable, said Council Chairwoman Elena Morris. We must continue to build on this momentum and ensure that humanity plays a central role in shaping the future of the galaxy. Captain Chen agreed. Our goal is to create a stable and secure environment where all species can thrive. By working together, we can address common challenges and promote a prosperous future for everyone. As the diplomatic missions progressed, the Eclipse embarked on a new mission to visit remote systems and offer assistance. They provided aid to systems affected by the recent conflict, helping to rebuild and stabilize regions that had been impacted. During one such visit, the crew encountered a previously isolated system that had been suffering from shortages and lack of support. The Eclipse provided supplies and medical aid, earning gratitude and support from the local inhabitants. This is what true diplomacy looks like, Captain Chen said as they departed the system. Helping others and building trust through action is key to fostering strong relationships. The Eclipse's missions of aid and diplomacy help to strengthen the new alliances and demonstrate humanity's commitment to peace. The ship became a symbol of hope and cooperation, showcasing the positive impact that collaboration could have on the galaxy. As the crew returned to their ship, they reflected on the progress they had made. The galaxy was entering a new era, one characterized by unity and mutual respect. The Eclipse had played a crucial role in shaping this future, and its crew was proud of their contributions. Captain Chen gathered her team on the bridge. We've accomplished a lot, but our work is far from over. We must continue to build on these successes and ensure that the new era we've started is one of lasting peace and cooperation. The crew of the Eclipse nodded in agreement. They had faced significant challenges and achieved great victories, but their mission to foster a unified galaxy was just beginning. The galaxy's new era was marked by hope and promise. As the Eclipse sailed through the stars, it carried